Alright, y'all. So, I'm gonna show y'all what Carl looked like after taking his daytime medicine, since one of the things I was doing was not giving him medicine and he didn't act right and stuff like that. So he took his medicine yesterday, he took his medicine last night, and he took his daytime medicine, 3 pills, and then the other pill earlier today. So, I'm gonna show you what he's acting like around 5:10.
You are not gonna sit here and tell me that you don't know when my shoes are 23. No. What? The basketball player of all basketball players, the first Space Jam character, Michael Jordan.
Alright, y'all, so I have wanted to interject like right here in this video. So I zoomed in on Carter's face because you can't really even tell that his eyes are actually open because he's so high, and he's irritated and looking like that because he's sleepy because he's on so much medication. Like, Carter does not act like that, y'all. Like, this is not my child. Like, this correct.
Oh, well, I didn't know he was 23 because I don't watch basketball.
Yeah, so you wasn't talking. You was really probably if he was still playing when you was born.
I know who LeBron James is.
Well, see, that's the new era. That is the new era. Michael Jordan was playing way back in the day. Came back with number 45 once he retired at 23. He actually played baseball too. Attempted. He ain't just no baseball player, but yeah, that's why I got 23 on it to symbolize his number.
Are we gonna cook in the morning? Because I like cracking eggs.
You know, cracking eggs.
Okay, so to go ahead and clarify things, because I know it's going to be something that's brought up or something that's asked in the comments. So Crystal was asking, could she, like tomorrow, which was today, could she cook breakfast? Like the last time that they was here, I let them cook breakfast with me. I showed them how to cook breakfast. Crystal likes cooking breakfast. Over here at our house, I teach them stuff that adults do or young adults do, or what adults should be doing, you know, like teaching them the skills that they should have for like the rest of their life. Like some stuff you can, like wealth and generational wealth, income and stuff like that, you can pass down to your kids, right? But if they don't have like a foundation on how to take care of themselves, like that's something that you can't pass down. You can pass down money to your kids, you can pass down business to your kids, you can pass down all this stuff to your kids, but they have to have like a core foundation to live by. Like Carter and Crystal don't know the difference between whites, lights, and darks, and that's something that we have been working on, right? So, and I know that they don't know it, so it's not nothing to get mad about. Like, it's something that if you know that your kid is lacking in a certain area, you as a parent need to be trying to correct that or help them with that, you know? So she was asking could she cook the eggs, because she like cracking the eggs, and that's what they cooked last time they was at our house. And the reason why they're in the kitchen with Jay right now, and the little boys couldn't be in the kitchen with Jay right now, because they're in the kitchen with Jay learning how to cook. They're watching. Like, some people are like physical and hands-on and stuff like that. So that's my approach with them. Jay let them watch him, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna let you do it. Like, I'm gonna watch you do it, but I'm gonna let you do it, because you can watch something so many times and you can kind of get like a rhythm of it, but until you do it yourself, you don't know how to do it. So cooking breakfast was one thing, cooking dinner is the other. That they learn over here, they learn how to separate the clothes, they're learning how to wash clothes over here, they're learning their amendment rights, because that's something that's not being taught in school, along with cooking. In my generation, my era, that was something that you learned how to do, but like I was the child that liked cooking anyway. So yeah, they're learning that over here. They're learning their amendments, they're learning definitions, they're learning different laws, they're learning what, you know, what certain things, why certain things are in place. Because, and then they're learning credits, they're learning difference between non-profits and, you know, for-profits, they're learning about business. They're learning a lot of stuff over here, as much as I can give them with these 3 days that, you know, I have with them or whatever. So that's why they're in the kitchen, in case anyone's wondering, like, why are they in the kitchen? Like, how is this even? That's why. because they're watching and they're learning, so they will know how to do it for themselves, so they will know how to do it for their family, and so they don't have to sit here and depend on McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King. They're learning how to manage money, save money, and those are just some of the things that they're learning to work on. I will do another video after this one because I don't want this video to be too long.
We got 3 paper plates. So,
What's on today? Oh, Jess, what's on today?
No.
He said he wants to get in the kitchen.
We'll get in the kitchen. Crystal until food actually comes out. Let's see. Small, they are right on here.
This is a Kush.
When the 4 minutes is done on the rice water, we are going to the smaller side here and maybe the small side there, scoop some rice in. I think everybody else brought it so they can have rice. But drop some rice on there for them. I believe this is covered with coals and sizzling quite well, and I don't want to burn it up.
Go potty. All right, y'all. So this just wouldn't even be a day in the life vlog if I didn't have to come back and put stuff into the video of what's going on with the video. So I want to say all this before, well, not all this, but I want to say this before I forget. Shout out to Anthony. Appreciate you for all your support. Thank you to everybody that's joined the membership. Thank you to everybody that's been watching the channel. Thank you everybody that's been supporting your girl in any which way possible, whether it's shopping a website, whether it's subscribing, whether it's sharing the videos out, whether it's still being a part of my membership. And I know I've been not how I'm supposed to be, but yeah, I have been just dealing with a lot, y'all. So, and later on, I will be able to talk to you guys about what's all been going on, but just know that I've been dealing with a lot. Anyway, so I said all that to say, thank you guys for y'all support. Like, really, thank you for all y'all support, because I know it's a lot of videos I'm supposed to be putting up and a lot of stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, but I do more than just stay at home mom. You know, like what some people like to sit here and assume, or some people like to think. I don't never correct anyone, and I don't like to come on here until things are all the way 100% done before I announce them. So just know that I'm not spending a lot of time on here because I'm spending a lot of time doing something else that's more beneficial to my family, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I think that's everything, y'all. I hope it's everything. But with that being said, y'all, so me showing y'all how Carter is acting, you know, after taking a medication and, you know, all day and night or whatever on this extremely strong medication, I'm going to show y'all how he acted when we actually picked him up. And dad or whoever did not, you know, remember to give him his medication, so they had to actually come back and meet Jay to get his medication and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is how Carter normally act, off of the medication or whatever. Well, not off of the medication, but like not heavily medicated, because in the morning how he was acting on these next clips that I'm gonna show you guys is how Carter normally act in our care and how Carter normally act in my house. since I know that I had trolls to watch my channel just to find any and everything to talk about, any and everything to complain about. Yes, there was jello on the thing. I don't know how the chair got under the dining room table, but this is real life for 4 kids. When people try to understand, like, or when people just automatically assume that it's so hard. I'm not saying that it's easy to have 4 kids, but what I'm saying is it can be done. Like, all of my kids be chilling. Like, all of my kids are chill. Even my younger 2 that have autism, like, they do regular kitty stuff. Like, kids supposed to enjoy their life. So, yes, it's jello on the floor. I don't know how I got there. I don't know who put it on the floor. It did get up that night, but in the moment they were just having fun, playing, and being a regular self. As y'all see, Carter was on a video game. Carter is 12. He would be 13 here in 2 months. So, I mean, to me, a 13-year-old learns things like that or plays video games. Y'all finna see in a second, Jay was playing a video game with him. Like, we really be over here chilling, minding our own business. The whole stereotypical thing with Carter. Okay, what I also have wanted to touch on is Carter runs away from his dad's house. Carter has been in institutions in his dad's house. Carter has talked about killing himself at his dad's house, like, or in his dad's custody or care and stuff like that. And the attitude and this, that, and the third, I don't see that. We don't see this is Carter. Carter be chilling playing the game. If I tell Carter to clean up his room, he says, yes, ma'am, go ahead and do it. Even when we're doing things, which I should see later on in this video, but if not, stay tuned for part 2 of this video. But Carter is, even when it's something that he don't want to do, he tries to go ahead and, you know, hear him and get it done or whatever. If I asked him to sweep, or if I asked him to load the dishwasher, if I'm showing him how to do clothes like laundry and ironing and things in that nature, something that he needs to know how to do as an adult, him and Crystal, and really all of my kids for that matter, like, it's not no attitude. So the attitude, the anger, and all this and all that everyone else sees, we don't see this in our household at all. So, like, when people want to sit here and say that kids are being brainwashed and things of that nature and stuff like that, I just want to know how. We just show a whole different type of dynamic, and we have a different type of relationship, and we show them a different type of love. When they actually come over here, they can be kids, both of them. Like, it's not no one kid can do this and the other kid can't do that, or I'm gonna sit here and holler and scream at this child, but I'm not gonna sit here and holler and scream at the other child, the same thing. Like, not saying that I'm hollering and screaming at them, because I know how folks like to take stuff and twist it around, but just saying, like, I'm not gonna get on to one for one thing, but don't get on to the other for the same exact thing. Like, y'all both finna get in trouble the same. Over here. So, y'all finna see Jay playing the video game. After that, y'all gonna see what I have been working on with Carter and Crystal during the summer and things of that nature. But anybody that has something to say about whatever's on the floor, or it's not spotless clean or whatever, like, they're kids. I have a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old. They're going to have fun in their childhood. Like, that's what's wrong with folks now. Y'all wanna
Reload.
Watch out.
Open. Oh!
Ouch. That hurts.
Going back up. Alright, y'all. So in the next clips, know all of these clips that you guys are seeing are like Snapchat clips and stuff like that. But this is what I have been working on with them in my care or whatever. And it's just because a lot of young kids do not know this. A lot of young minority kids do not know this type of stuff. And this is stuff that you need to know, or I feel like they need to know, that's beneficial, that schools are not teaching them. My whole philosophy with that is, if the schools is not teaching them, you're supposed to teach them. Because the school has failed at a lot of things. When you look at schools, public schools and things of that nature, they're like government ran and government funded, so they can pick and choose what they do and don't want in there. So like, say for instance, they took cooking out of schools. You used to be able to, back in the day, learn a trade in schools as well, like in high school and things of that nature, or you at least used to be able to get some college credits. Now there are some schools that do still give you college credits in high school, but there's a lot that don't. So it's like kind of like doing your research. But like, I'm saying all that to say, they are not learning their amendments. They don't know what certain words mean. Stuff that they should know. They don't know how to earn and things in that nature that they should know how to do or should be doing or learning or whatever. So yeah, I'm here trying to teach them whatever they need to know to be successful and independent adults.
This is a cush track.
What are some of the definitions that we learned last night? Well, what are some of the words that we learned?
Evidence.
Yep.
False evidence.
Yep.
Forging.
Y'all don't remember? Go ahead. So, the first page is the amendments, right?
Mm-hmm. Bill of Rights.
Okay, y'all. So, I'm going to let this be like the last little entry part of this video, because I can really just... I will have to really stop and explain everything like bit by bit, piece by piece by piece. And I am going to do it. I'll probably just do it tomorrow or something like that if I remember. I haven't forgot to finish updating you guys on Pediatric Plus. I have like 2 or 3 videos that I need to edit to go ahead and update you guys on that. But far as with the amendment, Crystal wanted to be a YouTuber. I was like, sis, like, I don't know what the internet gonna be like once you get my age. So I might think about something else. So Crystal wants to be a attorney. Carter wants to be a truck driver or a diesel mechanic, kind of like what Jay was in the army. Jay did a lot of stuff in the army or whatever. So yeah, Carter wants to follow in Jay footsteps. Crystal wants to be an attorney. So yeah, we kind of know which way to go with it. So with that being said, I'm teaching them the amendments or whatever, like I said previously in this video. But Crystal wanted to know what was her amendment, and Crystal is like intrigued on learning stuff like that. So like a lot of stuff that Crystal don't know is really because people just haven't taught her. And with that being said, like people want to be like, for the people that's gonna be in my comments like, well, you her mother, like I had 2 whole years illegally took from me. So certain stuff that I noticed was like a problem, like yeah, it's just a lot with like schools in general. I think I was gonna say earlier, I don't know if I finished it or what, but let me start with the whole amendments or stuff like that. Crystal is the type of child that will look up the definition for an amendment. If she doesn't know something, Crystal likes to find an answer. So that's good, especially with her trying to be, or wanting to go to school to be an attorney or going to school to be an attorney, right? Okay, cool. What I was gonna say about schools and, you know, public schools, private schools, things of that nature. Like when they took out, you know, home ec, which was cooking, they never had credit repair or credit to build your credit business. Like schools never really taught you about that type of stuff, right? So y'all wonder why they took out stuff like that, but then they have in here LGBTQ plus and stuff like that. And some people don't want their kids to talk that type of stuff. I don't want my kids to talk that type of stuff because I know the real meaning behind it, and I know it's not like good for. It's not good for the community. It's not good for the kids that's coming up after me or whatever. Like, I understand how they're trying to normalize this, and I also understand that when they normalize this whole he, she, man stuff, and when they normalize all this stuff, the person that's sitting in office now, and however they got there, I'm trying to think of a nice politically correct way to say it, because I really do not like the person that's in office right now. But this particular person and his vice president that's in office are pushing for like the child, the sex stuff to be like treated as a lesser crime. Like, if y'all have not noticed, Bill Cosby got out. I do not agree with Bill Cosby get out. Wrong is wrong, right is right. You openly admitted to doing something heinous. But I know that they did that because in a second, everyone else is going to be able to get out on a technicality and this, that, and the third. But I like to say this as well. Understand your amendments. When you understand your amendments, you understand a lot of things. When you understand clause to amendments and things like that, you understand a lot with laws. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's been going on in this case that's actually in direct violation of my amendments. It's certain things to go on with child support that's in direct violation of your amendments, or amendments that could be or is on child support. All this stuff is violations, and yeah, there's clause to them, but when you actually read the clause to these things or these amendments and things of that nature, you will realize that a lot of people don't know certain stuff that they supposed to know, or certain stuff that you was taught in school, or I was taught in school, or somebody close to my age was taught in school. Our kids are being taught this stuff in school. They're more so on the technical side of things, but it's also important to learn the legalities of things as well. So yeah, but anyway, y'all, I'm gonna stop this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate y'all. Be blessed. Peace. This